Good morning. Hi, I'm just gonna grab some coffee and then go for a little chat on the porch. Although it's 90 degrees out, so I don't know how long we'll be out there. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, but I know some stuff's coming up and through that just really wants to be shared. So, as I'm getting my coffee ready, say hi, tell me a little bit about how your weekend's going. How are you feeling? Is there something that drew you into this conversation that you want to talk a little bit more about? Apparently my coffee maker does. Hi, I can't see who's here. Oh, hopefully this is gonna work when I go out to the porch. You know what I'm gonna do? Turn off Wi-Fi, so this might lose it for a second. We're back, and we're back. Hello, say hi when you're here. Let me know what drew you in. What do you want to chat about? How are you feeling? What are you noticing? My intention for this video today is to transmit some information, some energy, something that you can use to support yourself in any way that you need some support. Energetically, intellectually, emotionally, connection-wise. Oh wow, I didn't even think about how I'm gonna carry all this downstairs. We're gonna figure it out. You know what I do? I'll just grab a bag. Who's here? Because as soon as I get downstairs, I'm gonna jump right in. But if there's anything that you're feeling that you want me to tap into, or oh, you know what I'm gonna bring is my headphones because it might be loud out there. Yeah, if there's anything that you're feeling and you're having some confusion and you want some clarity, or oh, hello there, Raven Rising. Oh, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I'm trying to go downstairs and share what's been coming through about how some of these experiences we're having on a global level are affecting individually, and why it's so important to unfuck your mind, unhinge from the system, like really be super aware of what your mind and consciousness is tapped into, and where you are and what you are allowing to move through your being. I'm gonna have to do something about this this coffee. How are you doing? I don't think going downstairs with an uncovered mug is a good idea. So a piece of all of this is that, oh, I'm like really close, is that you having the dominion over your own mindset, you trusting your gut, you know, I'm seeing a lot of people, I'm gonna say it, channel messages and allow other energies to enter their being. And sorry about the nose shot. And I really do not recommend that so much. Listen, the information that you are trying to get to through channeling, you can get. You do not need to have something else enter your being. What I'm seeing is there's like too much Here's the thing, is I can see in someone's being, I can see in someone's energy field, I can see what's going on, who's there, who's not there, what's operating, whether it be another energy, whether it is emotional programs, whether it is energetic attachments, whether it is belief systems that have been conditioned in. And so right now, what's happening is that there's a lot going on in the world globally. We're having these experiences together. And the opportunity for us to create the shift that many of us here are determined to create requires you to be unhinged from the matrix, unhinged from these emotional programs. So I want to tap into that for a second, because what you'll notice is that as the outer world changes are happening, on some level, there is something in that for you. Whether it's something triggering for, your healing or your awakening, or it's something for the good that you've asked for coming in ways that you could never have imagined. Whether it is this invitation for you to no longer keep yourself quiet, to get out of your own way and share who you are with the world through your message, your art, your healing, just like who you know yourself to be, and being that out in the world as an example for others to be witness to. We don't all have to be showing up on Facebook Lives or, writing and sharing. We're all, hi Joan, thank you. We're all in this together. And so back to these emotional programs. Oh, I might be sitting on a chair that used to have a wasp. Shit, my sister got stung by wasps yesterday. That might have been a warning, because I'm seeing one fly around. I'll try to sit still. The emotional programming is a way that blinds you, veils you, distracts you from your own emotional empowerment, your own, like, being the dominion over your energy body, of your frequency, of what comes in and out of your mind and in your heart. So, sorry, I have to move this. So when there are emotional program implants, what happens is events happen in your life that trigger an emotional response. Now, you can go in different directions. I'm just going to narrow it down to two. One, you can allow that emotional program to trigger you in a sense that you're off into stories, you're tangled up in emotions, and they compound on one another. The sadness becomes anger, or becomes depression, or becomes just demise, whatever it is, right? So it goes down one path, and you're in charge of this. Or it goes down another path, which is like, whew, I am clearly triggered by something here. What is it for me? What is this trigger for me? Here, right, the second available option is you now have the choice that you want to be empowered over the emotional response, right? So I am not saying that emotions are bad or wrong. They're very healthy. But it's about what happens when that's happening, because emotions hold energy. And a lot of these triggers come when the emotional wound has not been resolved. The pain, the trauma, the betrayal hasn't been resolved. So now, like, you're energetically protecting your heart. You're protecting these wounds from getting poked again. But life comes, because we're all here for each other, to help each other and remember, like, who we are. Life comes along and you know, and it pokes you and it triggers you and it pisses you off, and it like digs up an old pain from something that you thought you fucking have gone beyond. The reason why I'm sharing some of this is that some of this stuff is going to start coming up again. This older stuff that you thought you've gotten beyond is going to come up. And it's important that you understand you have a choice to get lost in the emotions, drown them out, numb them out, ignore them, or how is this for me? And clear the pattern, release, dismantle the program and the implant through your choice. Through your choice of saying, how is this for me? Because pointing the finger outside at somebody else is not going to resolve what's happening for you. They are simply a player that's come in to say, hey, yo, you forgot how fucking amazing you are. You're carrying this stuff around that says you're not enough, or you're not lovable, or you're going to get hurt if you open your heart again. There's so much more to life. I'm going to piss you off so that it wakes you the fuck up. That's what we're here for. So when we're pointing the finger outside, first of all, it's like four fingers are pointing back, and it's an opportunity for you to go deeper, to dismantle these inner programs on your own. Unfuck your mind, take your power back, because what we need right now is everybody to be thinking for themselves, everybody to be super clear about, thank you for the hearts, everybody to be super clear of what is running through their mind. Have you been hypnotized? You know, because the way that I see, so we have these inner, you know, programs, these inner frequencies that we hold of the pain, the trauma, the beliefs. Life triggers them. And the way that I see it is that, like, these energies are like radio waves, cell phone waves. We can't see them, but somehow or another, there are waves going into my phone right now that are transmitting a video to wherever you guys are. I can't see it. So we can't really see when we're walking through energy that is a cloud of fear, or a conglomeration of anger that has just become its own bunny dust ball of energy itself, lingering in the corner of your living room, and you're fighting with your spouse, or your kids are acting up. We have to be responsible for our emotional contribution, not only to your life, but like understand that the world in some way is a reflection back to you for you. Okay? And it doesn't always, like, the thing that's coming through is, like, sometimes it does mean, like, when there's an emotional trigger, that it's something for you to resolve within you, but then also it could be the resolution is now you have a stronger boundary of what you're available for in relationship or experiences. It could be the point of where you say, like, I'm just no longer available for that, or now you have this experience and it's like there's a clarity about what new choice you want to make. You're always empowered. Just take emotion out of it, because understand so it's like we can sometimes be picking up on other people's energies, sensitives and empaths. It's like these energies are running through the air, and your awareness is going to support you in understanding whether you're picking up something that's not yours, right? These, suddenly you're feeling anxious for no reason, or you have a little, I don't know, let's say, what is it? Somebody cuts you off in traffic, but your emotions go way beyond the situation, right? Your emotions are way bigger than what the actual event is. It's inside. Oh, she's just starting her car. Hopefully it's a little loud. Let me put it this way. When these energetic matches that you're holding in your physical being to pain, trauma, hurts, or even conditioning from society, from your parents, from ancestors. Ways that you've been plugged into the matrix unknowingly. And you'll know some of this is happening for you because you're feeling frustrated. You're feeling frustrated because you know that the experience that you want to be having is available, but there's something in your way. Feels like something's stopping you. Feels like you're doing all the things and you're not getting the results. So, an important thing that's coming through right now is that not everybody that is out in the world and representing themselves as mentors, spiritual teachers, healers, not all of them are on the team that you really want to be playing with. So this is why when you are a Jeep with their top off and the doors off, love it. Oh man, I almost got a Jeep once. I'm mad I didn't, but everything works out the way it's supposed to. So when your mind is unfucked, when you know what is real, right, and true for you, and the important pieces in that are like self-trust and integrity. So that it's when you are tuning in and you're making the choices, and when the choices that you make don't always make logical sense, but there's something inside that you know this is the choice that I need to, and I'm being guided to make right now, even though there's no evidence, even though I don't know what's on the other side, even though I don't know if it's going to work out, but my gut knows. And I'm scared still, and I'm still shaking, and it's still feeling this way, but I know. And you make that choice. When you follow that, your muscles build, your spiritual muscles build, your self-trust muscles build, and your intuition gets stronger, and your mind and your connection to what's true, real, and right for you, not static, playing around in the ethers here. What's real, true, and right for you. Not what matters to your parents or your friends or your family, because you as you change and grow and you wake up to what's real and right and how powerful and magnificent you truly are, you're going to start looking a little crazy to the people around you, or people aren't going to. First of all, there's a couple of things that happen here. First of all, people, maybe even in your close circle. Oh, is my phone overheating? Ooh, I might have to go inside. My phone is overheating. The people in your circle close to you, they might be specific triggers. Oop. To help you really rock and roll and tune into, no shots, tune into who you truly are. All that. Oh no, plus I got like a broken tripod. So, I mean, it works mostly. I got duct tape on it and electrical tape because my dad taught me well. We fix things, we find solutions. I think that's why I'm so good at my work, is I just find solutions for mind and frequency and consciousness and life. It's like, what's going wrong? Where do you want to go? Oh, I got that. A to Z, easy. Okay, hopefully the phone will cool down now. And me. So, there's going to be people in your life that might even test you. They may test you and urge you to own your truth no matter what, to have your back no matter what, to be okay with your own self, to walk away from things that don't resonate with you anymore, things that don't vibe with you, or yeah, just like, and where you're going. Because, so as I say earlier, is that not everybody's going where you're going. Not everybody's here to do the things that you're here to do and experience and remember. And so this is where one of the emotional programs happens, where it kicks off, where it's like, you know, you end up staying in relationships with people that are actually not so good for your expansion and experience that you're here to have. They're actually like limiting you. And then these emotional programs throw all these stories in about, well, a marriage should be forever, or, you know, family forever, or, and like these obligations and expectations based on roles. And what happens is that when there's an opportunity to you know, an opportunity about a relationship change is presented, that's when the emotional programs kick off. I'll give you a quick example, is that I was in a 11-year relationship. We were engaged, we owned a house together. And I had all the things. I had the corporate career, I had the bank account, I had the car, I had the vacations, I had the house, I had the fiance. And I was like, what? This doesn't feel right. And then there were people around me that had like the same thing. And I was like, I know, like there has to be more. And I'm not like, because I'm not feeling it. Side note, your feelings, your feelings are your superpower. I'm just gonna put it that way. Your feelings are your superpower. So when they've been overtaken by these emotional programs or these old pains that haven't been resolved, you're out of your power. You're in your power when you have an opportunity to choose, what am I going to do with this? It's one of the easiest ways that this static in the ethers, the matrix programming, the dark side that wants ultimate control, comes in through your emotional programs. That's why you hear me talk about unfuck your mind. Because I've unfucked my own mind. And so back to the relationship, it came a point where I was like, I know there's more, and I don't see evidence of it, but I know, like, there's something in me that I know there's more. And I entered the relationship. And I thought, that was hard. I thought I was fucking up my whole life. I might be banned from Facebook. I said that word a lot. I don't know why that deterred me. Anyway, I thought I was really messing up my life because I was on track. I was doing all the things. I had all the boxes checked off. I did all the ladder stuff. I got to the top. What? And it's kind of interesting to look back where it's like along that journey of like where we were, you know, where it was like leading to the separation. It's like oh no, maybe it was after, but I was getting hints. But you know, it's like these wake up calls where someone just says to you like, I don't believe in soul. I believe that we have more than one soulmate in this lifetime. I mean, this was years ago I heard this. I was like, boom, whoa. Yeah, and I was like bought into this program of like house, white picket fence, you know, cat and a dog and, you know, whatever. And it's just like, no. So I invite you to like really, like if there's something within you, stirring up within you that's like at a discord, like, you know, like really take a look at what it is that you're really afraid of making this choice that you keep getting led to or that keeps popping up for you. Tune in, like, you know, is the same emotional trigger happening every time like something happens? It always comes back to this thing, this event, or this like same feeling, right? Because life is attracting people. You are orchestrating people to come in and support you in releasing those things. So that's the emotional, that's what I want to talk about, the emotional programming. Oh, I was talking consciousness attacks and energetic warfare. Okay, so energetic warfare. It's like, it's almost similar to what I was saying before. When some emotion gets triggered and you kind of get caught up in it. Energetic warfare is very similar. It could trigger emotional responses. It's like when you're tapped into something, or something intentionally sends energy your way, or something like comes into your field and is manipulating it without you knowing. I call these things like, well, I guess it's, yeah. When I'm working with clients, I talk about, the mind viruses. You gotta like not feed them. So these energetic warfare is where people are not taking responsibility for their own emotions and projecting them out to other people, or responding from spaces of fear and wanting to like take someone else's energy, or feeling like insecure or in lack and, attacking another. This is, I'm sharing this is not anything to be afraid of. It's just like an awareness. Like suddenly, are you feeling like anxious for no reason? Something else is coming up. Are you feeling anxious for no reason? Are you angry for no reason? Right? Because what happens is like, it's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think I'm laughing because this is probably one of the first videos where I'm really talking about this stuff on this level. Because it's like so the work that I do energetically attracts people in. It's not so much about the words, but it's about the energy that you feel when we're in these exchanges. And so when we come into a container, you're already in this energy field of what you know is going to be some kind of transformation. And I meet you where you are and we do the work. And sometimes we get to go like really, really deep with some of this stuff. And everybody's on a different part of their path and their journey and awareness and understanding. What the base mission of my work is for you to be the sovereign domain over your own mindset, have self-trust within yourself, know how to have your own back, and know how to work with energy and emotion and frequency, energy, emotion, and consciousness as you're moving through this life and continuing to expand and grow and shed the human and allow yourself to, not shed the human totally. Shed the human constructs, constraints, conditioning, these old beliefs and pains that are keeping you limited from having the fuller experience as a superhuman. Okay. Energetic warfare. So you'll feel angry, anxious for no reason, and it's, as I was saying earlier, like the things that are going on around the world, a couple of things are happening. Some of those are actually created intentionally to incite emotional responses, to lower your energetic immunity, to bring you into spaces of sadness and fear so that your system could be more easily infiltrated. Again, nothing to be afraid of. Be aware. That's what I'm saying. Not be afraid. Once you're aware and you know how to work with your system and you know what's yours and what's coming in and what's coming out, and how to work with emotions so you're not going out into left field for 3 days, or that understanding how to take the experience that's in front of you. I call it chaos alchemy, and take it. And how is this for me? And what am I going to do with it? And how am I going to work with energy and frequency? Listen, guys, we are advancing just as fast as computers and phones. Our consciousness is advancing. The way that we're living these lives are advancing. Even law of attraction, it's great stuff. We're advancing in all of these ways. And you have the capabilities inside you. And this is what I'm here to share. So when we're having this energetic warfare, understand that you have the sovereign choice, the power to choose how you're going to work with what you're feeling and what's coming in and through you. Okay. Also understand that, like I said previously, it's like sometimes there's people inside your circle that are here to almost like Jedi train you for this next level experience, so that your muscles are stronger, so your awareness is stronger, so that your self-trust is stronger, right? Wax on, wax off. And it's like, it's in my journey of this, running my own business, I've seen how some of the, like, even administrative mistakes I've made in the past. Like, the one that comes to mind is I had a time difference wrong. And I ended up running an errand in the middle of the day that was at the time of this call. And I felt so bad. But you know what? Now I'm way better about time. So it's like these things happen, so we learn and we grow, and then all of a sudden we have these muscles. I mean, there's some of the work that I'm doing now with clients where it's like, I've had to, build my own muscle in it and experiences, and so that I'm holding the space for their discomfort, their chaos, so that they can go to the other direction. Because it's so easy to go down these directions of fear and ego and wanting to be the nice girl or guy, not wanting to be disruptive, not wanting to make waves. But if you're here to make waves, you're still watching this video. So energetic warfare. So just really being aware. Okay, what's going on here, and feeling it, and really looking at it. What is this here for me? Is this something here, or can I just like choose beyond it? What was the other thing? Oh, consciousness attacks. They're all actually intertwined, but I put a few different phrases on there to knowing that there might be other awarenesses about what I'm sharing here. And so consciousness attacks, it's kind of like, it's like, this is how I see it, is that you'll feel like you'll feel, well, again, it's intertwined. Here's an example of what some of this you may be in, is that you may feel like there's something in your way and you can't figure out what's in your way. And you're doing all of the things, and you're trying all the things, and you don't know what's in your way, and you've, not been able to have the experience that is possible. It's like, it's so similar, because it's like it ties into programs. It's like, there's a saying is like, take what resonates and leave the rest. And when you take what resonates, that's coming from a space of you having your own intuition, your own awareness, your own mindset, right? And so how that's tied to consciousness is that we have these radio waves that we're walking through all the time, this static and clutter, this emotional stuff, it's like when these world events happen that are intended to trigger fear and lower conscious awareness, right? Because now you're into like these, off in the left field, into these feelings. Now what's happening here? Well, it's an open space for something to come in and start just having its own experience through you. So you'll feel like something's in your way because you're not getting to where you want to go. You feel like you get so far and you bring yourself back. You take so many steps and you keep coming back. It's again, nothing to be worried or afraid of, just to be aware of. Like, what is going through here? And this is why meditation. I mean, meditation's been around forever. And at least in our lifetime, right? And beyond, for real. So meditation, to me, I highly support people finding what works for you. The point of it is for you to have self-awareness, for you to be in tune with you. So there's been periods in my life where I've had to meditate 2 hours straight because I was really working through these traumas that wanted to infiltrate my mind, that were taking over my mind. And it took conscious awareness. It took determination. It took having my own back over the to-do list or social engagements. There were periods of my life where it's like I was not being very social at all because I was working very deeply with myself. And so with meditation, people say it's like, oh, I can't meditate. It's like as soon as I sit down, my mind gets so busy. Yeah, that's the point. You got because you're moving through life and that busyness is still going on, That's why people are having anxiety. That's why people are feeling overwhelmed. That's why their fuse is so short, because something's going on in the background. Yeah, what? Is it yours? Is it your radio station that you want to be tuned into that says, life loves me and supports me and I'm always taken care of and it's unfolding with beautiful and ease and everything I need comes to me with effortlessness and ease. I am loved, supported, and honored. Or is it, you don't know enough. You suck. You're not pretty enough. You don't know what the hell you're doing. They're gonna laugh at you. You're gonna fuck up and fail and you're gonna be homeless. On and on and on and on and on. Where does that come from? Well, a lot of different places, but that's the work that I could do is get into your field. Let's get that out of there and then have you run in at your, best capacity. I want to get my blessed hat in here. And see behind there, that is my gratitude jar. I write gratitudes on there and I throw them in. And usually around the first of the year or maybe New Year's Eve, it depends on what I'm doing or feeling, I read them all. Yeah, it's fun. Right. And so even that, gratitude, having your gratitudes before, thinking of the things that you're grateful for before you go to bed at night, puts that into your mind. And so now your mind through the night is working on that. If you ever have a question that you need an answer to, ask the question before you go to bed. Know that the answer is going to come in the morning. It may not come in the way that you think or, obvious. It may come a song on the radio or someone says something or totally obvious. You just hear it or you just know it. Then you follow through because so that's that thing in the back of your mind that's running. And that's where when you're so, if you're too tied up in, emotional responses or, fighting energetic warfare, because it's like, you get in charge of what comes in and out. So that stuff doesn't come in or it comes, it comes in and you know how to work with it and get it out of there. So if you're off emotionally distracted, then your field is more open for this static that's just kind of around and just start floating in. So meditation is a way of just tuning in. You may need 2 hours if you're healing some deep stuff, or we can do some work together. We get it out really quickly, or you find something that works for you. Maybe getting into the woods is what it is, or yoga, tuning in, and understanding that your response, the sensations in your body, your body is a manifestation of your subconscious mind. And so your body communicates to you about what is going on inside. And that's actually where I started my work. So when my relationship ended, the engagement of 11 years in the house and all of that, I actually got onto this path of understanding how energy works in the body, how to work with energy to bring healing to myself and other people. And my work is just advanced and advanced and advanced and advanced and advanced. And here we are in 2020, and it's just like, it's advanced. And it doesn't have to take a long time, and it doesn't have to hurt. Suffering that you're doing and avoiding or worrying about, oh, I don't have the money, or what will this work? All programming, all mind shit. You got to get into your gut. You have to trust, it may not be me, maybe it's going to be somebody else. But if there's a part of you that's feeling any of these things, you got to go into these spaces of the energy. It's got to go beyond talking about it. It can be easy as if I was just unplugging my coffee maker. Let's get rid of that program. Let's get rid of that emotional connection. And so you'll know some of this stuff is happening based on what I was saying earlier. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling like your emotions go way beyond what they should be for the experience. Sudden bouts of anxiety or depression, or doing all the things and you're not getting anywhere. It's all resolvable, and it's from these aspects: energy, programming, consciousness. So I think I shared everything I want to share. I'm going to look at your comments now. I'm just tuning in to see if anything else wanted to come through. Oh yeah, right here. This piece is, because I don't feel like I finished the thought, is that your emotions are your superpower. Meaning that all the different ways that they work for you, right? So something's going to happen, and it's going to be an invitation for you to make a different choice, an empowered choice to break that pattern. It will also tell you that something just isn't right for you. Something isn't right. So rather than like having these quick, decisions or choices, like give yourself the time and space to like tune into the feelings in your body about what you're feeling, and ask your body to tell you what it wants you to know. And then when you get the answer, take that action, even if it doesn't make sense to your mind. These are the ways that you build your wisdom, your superpower. You unfuck your own mind, you're unhinged, and you are fully empowered and clear. And so the other aspect of your emotions are that this is what you magnetize to you. This is how the law of attraction has evolved. Manifestation has evolved. I like to use the word magnetizing, because that's actually how it works. Things come together, these things come into form with our attention on it. So we magnetize them together. Manifesting feels very hard. It's like, if you don't get it right, it's just not going to work, or you're doing something wrong. You got to try really hard. Magnetizing. So that comes from the space of being in energetic and emotional alignment with it, being able to draw it into you with your heart space. But when these old pains haven't been resolved, or you're trying to block your heart from not feeling a pain or a trauma again, or get re-triggered, you're actually closing off one of your biggest superpowers. And the reason people don't do some of the healing work is that it's because they don't want to relive the pain again. They don't want to feel it again. They're afraid it's going to hurt too much. Well, it's actually hurting you more by holding on to it than actually moving through it. And doing the work that I do, that's very fast and effective. So that, because what happens is in my work, my website is www.makebigmagic.com, because after your system is tuned up, you're clear from these things, you are clear in what's real, true, real, and right for you. You go into the creation space. You go into being more of the intentional creator of your life experiences, because you're understanding how energy works, how experiences work, how emotions work, how consciousness works. and you start orchestrating more intentionally and having the experiences and understanding how to work with the things as life comes together to create a little chaos for you to get onto the path see, a lot of times what happens is chaos comes and it triggers this emotional stuff and people get scared and they close down. But that's chaos alchemy. That's energy alchemy, emotion alchemy. That's the space where you get to take what's happening and form new from that energy and experience when you're empowered and choosing and aware. So those are some of the things that become available as all of this other stuff is not hinged into your system. Yeah. So I want to leave you with this tidbit to practice and play with. Is there something that you're wanting to experience? Like that's something that and so tune into that. Tune into that thing that you want to experience and then feel, what does that feel like? Oh, it feels exciting, which fear also feels like sometimes too, so don't get them confused. It feels liberating, it feels empowering, it feels fun, it feels heart fulfilling. What does that feel like? And then tune into that feeling. Feel that in your body. I'm sending some energy your guys' way right now, apparently. So if you're open and available and you want to receive it, just let yourself take some of this in. It's like one of those feelings that I don't want to stop feeling. Yeah, the feeling is a knowing. It's a knowing that it's done. It's done. Now you just show up and do the thing and follow the steps and follow the inspired actions that you're given. Because it is about the journey, guys, ladies, gentlemen, super freaks, lovers, light workers, starseeds, Pleiadians, people, humans. So it's about, we've already mastered it all. Now we just get to play it out and remember how it happened. So don't get distracted by the distractions. Step into your superhuman. Defrag your system. Clear out your cache. Rewrite the programs. Unhinge from the ones that are way outdated and not even yours to be operating from. Unfuck your mind from the limitations and the fears and the stories and the narratives that add on to suffering and pain. Work with the energy and the emotion and then choose what it is that you really want. So many people say they want things and they're not actually really choosing them. Because here's why. Because when you really choose the thing that you want, you've got to become the person who has it. And that might mean that person doesn't have old pain, betrayal in their heart. That person isn't afraid to love. That person does know the value they are in expressing themselves out in the world, their art, their healing, their message, no matter how scared they are. That person can hold the energy and frequency of a 6-figure bank account business. An important piece here that I am intending right now to blast this awareness in. As I said earlier, not everybody out in this world is playing on the team that you want to be playing for, even though they might look like it. So trust your gut, trust your own knowing, because there's some what I call spiritual carrots, these six-figure businesses, the relationship, the business, right? I guess I said that. Well, money, career, relationship, right? These niches. There's nothing wrong with having all of those things. The problem is that gets you stuck into a program of like this hamster wheel and never getting to where you want to be. Here's the thing. I bet, you know, sometimes if you really choose it, do you really want it? When you really choose it, sometimes you realize, oh my God, I actually didn't really want it. Or you get it and you're like, whoa, I didn't think this is what I was going to be like. Or, you know, they say, be careful what you wish for. So there's a difference between like having the life experiences that you desire to have and having the life experiences mean something about who you are. You are so much more than anything that you can attain outside of yourself. It's about the experience that you want to be having in this human form. Ooh, can anybody feel this energy? It is. Delicious. You know, I was talking to a friend / past client recently, and she's like, she's like really grateful for the work that we've done together because it's so much more about energy, frequency, mindset, consciousness. One of the things that she mentioned was that for her to have gotten to this space of love, the energy of love, the frequency of love, the radio station of love, and in a loving partnership, being loved and honored for who she is in ways that she's wanted. It was her building the physical and energetic muscles to be able to hold the frequency, the vastness, the bigness of what that is in your physical body. Because a lot of times what happens, especially if people have had trauma, who've had, you know, things that have jolted their system, their nervous system, that when it hits to when your frequency hits, it's like without an awareness, you automatically shut it down or close it down, and you name it something else. You name it anxiety, you name it fear, you name it depression. And it's just actually like, no, it's like I'm actually being guided to choose this other thing that's going to open me up to build this muscle of self-trust to be able to hold the higher frequencies, the stronger frequencies, the more potent frequencies. It's like taking without, you know, because people get blasted out a lot. And so it's like without having your system, and here's the thing, life helps you build your system. Life experiences help you build your system. People who come into your life help you build your system, your strength, your self-trust, your knowing, your capacity to hold high velocities, right? Because if it comes too fast, you can get blasted out. And so don't worry about it. It's not going to come too fast. I'm just letting you understand that it's like, well, how come I'm not there yet? Because you're on the journey of building the muscle and learning what you need to learn along the way to get to that space. We can absolutely quantum leap. I've done it. I work with clients that do it. And it's like those opportunities happen when it's like, yeah, some of this middle stuff doesn't need to happen anymore. You got it. Let's go. But building that energetic frequency, that vibration, is so much intertwined with what I'm even talking about as far as the, you know, energetic warfares, and having your system in a way that, like, you're strong, you know, beyond physical strong. You're emotional strong, you're energetic strong, you're consciousness strong. You are the bouncer at the nightclub that is your being. So yeah, she was just talking about how she was able to build that frequency. And so I was going to send you guys something. What was I sending through? I was sending through some energy. Hold on, what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know, I might have lost a thought around there somewhere, but I went in a few different directions. Or it was all the same direction with a lot of little branches along the way. I really hope that as you've watched this, you've gotten something from it. If you have any questions, post them. I'm gonna scroll through the comments now and see what you guys have shared. And yeah, if this was helpful, like, send it to somebody, because, you know, these times are like super intense, and it's not all your intensity. And what is happening, I can show you how to work with that. I can show you how you can work with that. Not my system, with your system. Okay? With your superpowers, with your genius. Unencumbered by emotional programming, unencumbered by all of the things. It's an energetic thing. I'm gonna go through your comments now, because it's almost hard to put what happens into words other than, you know, you having the experience. And, you know, clients come to me and have different different experiences. What's coming through to share right now is, it's like, I encourage you to change. I encourage you to allow yourself to change. I don't know who this is for right now, but it's coming through. Let yourself change. Let yourself let go of the idea that's not working, the relationship that's not working. Let yourself let go of the idea of what you think it should be, and allow what is knocking at your heart to let that come through and let that be. Let yourself change directions. What are you worried about? What are you worried about in the change? I know some people worried about, well, if I change, the people around me will change. It's probably a good idea that they do. Just saying. But as you change, people will come with you if they're meant to. And if they're not, then great. Let yourself change and evolve. That means in your business, in your message. You know, I've had to really let myself off the hook of, but Kellyanne, you might change your mind tomorrow about this message that you shared. I've got to be okay with that, because this is where I am now. This is where I am today. This is what's coming through me today. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody's going to hear this and be like, whoa, that was awesome. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you. And that's why I show up. And so let yourself change. Let yourself let go of the idea of who you think you should be, or what your life should look like, or what you should believe, and allow yourself to be the person that you say that you want to be. Let yourself go through that transformation and change to become the person that's in the experiences that you say you want to be having. It can be easy. Sometimes it's not easy. It doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to take a long time. You have to be willing to choose. You have to be willing to show up for yourself. You have to be willing to invest in yourself, of doing what it takes to be the sovereign being, to be the expression that you are here to be. Okay. Wow, that's neat. Because let me tell you, Hello, Joan. Hello, Stephanie. Hey, Alan. Hi, Julia. Hey, Stephanie. All right. Here's what I want to share with you is that if I didn't allow myself to evolve and change, I might like still be stuck in a life where I thought I should be and being in a lot of inner turmoil. Your body's going to tell you what's going on in your life. You're not listening to yourself, you're avoiding something that you're not addressing, you are afraid, you are holding on to things that aren't yours. So in allowing myself to evolve and change, my work, I don't really feel like I want to share that anymore. The end. Okay, back to the things. I don't know why. All right, now it's coming back. Who needs to hear this? Because I started off in energy medicine. I went to school to understand how to do healing work. And that, and then it went further and deeper into healing work, and then it was going into consciousness work, and then I understood health because part of my journey, I went to school for holistic nutrition, a holistic health coach in New York City at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And that was such a really incredible experience. I got to go to New York in person, and it was on the weekends, and I was taking the train in, and I was staying at hostels. I mean, who would have known that that was actually part of my preparation to go, how many years later? Like 7 years later or 5 years later, to house sit in Colorado and couch surf for like 8 months. I did, so a total of all of that between like selling my house and whatnot was like 2 years of this uprootedness until I came here. So health coaching, and then it evolved into love coaching. And then what I realized is that when we got to the inners, the insides, everything in your life changed. Your money changed, right? So when the inner stuff was done, and I could look back and see how that was happening for my life. So instead of me focusing on a niche, I've just really opened it up to like your whole system as a whole being, and coming to it from a perspective of energy work, consciousness work, and you tuning into your genius, your system, your brilliance, you clearing the clutter from what is not real and right for you, you being like really strong in your own system. Not my way, like your way. So that's where I'm at now at, makebigmagic.com. I feel like I started saying something earlier. Okay, I'm gonna go to the comments now. Thanks for tuning in. Say hi, and if there's something here you got from this, I'd love to hear now or on the replay, or if you have any questions, I will answer them. Joan says, perfectly said. We should be celebrated, not tolerated in our relationships. Agreed. Whew. This will happen when we learn to celebrate ourselves. Yes. Now there's an interesting thing that's coming up here is that I truly believe that, and I've seen it. It's like there's all different people in this world, and we come across each other intentionally to help us ourselves, to help each other and ourselves remember who we really are. And sometimes that happens when we have these events in our life that trigger an inner wound that needs to come up for healing, or trigger a way that a healthy boundary needs to be set, or triggers an awareness of what you've been allowing that you're no longer available for, or triggering a wall around your heart that needs to go so you can have that loving relationship that you desire. So these are some of the experiences that I've had, and some of the most healing catalysts to my expansion and those that I've come in contact with, that when these triggers happen, it could be a catalyst, a quantum leap in healing. Because what it really does, like when it gets at that level of intensity, it just snaps the entire pattern and cycle and all of the branches that it feeds. This is what builds energetic velocity as well. Because if you can hold the intensity of that explosion, of that trigger, without getting taken in by emotion or blame, right? Giving your power away to something or someone outside of you, right? So it's not always people. Experiences trigger us too, right? Your car breaks down, your purse gets stolen, your water heater breaks. Those are those chaos alchemy opportunities. And so, yeah, if you're in a relationship where you're feeling like you're not being met, you're not being heard, there's not clear communication, there's not respected, the things that are important to you. This is why you have to have integrity with yourself, your own standards. You know what your standards are, know what you are available for, and that way you know what you're not available for. And then you move away from what you're no longer available for. And don't get caught up in the emotional triggers and pain and stories of, well, I'll be alone forever. You're not going to be. You are a mofo creator. You are a vibrational being that magnetizes to you what you're tuned into. Let that go and open yourself up to have something that you say that you really want. And when those opportunities for you to come up, for you to become the person that needs to be that person for that experience, then you do it. You do it. You do the damn thing. You do the inner work. And you make the big magic. Don't get stuck in the inner work either. That's not what I'm talking about here at all. Hi, Catherine, Marta, Sarah. Good morning. Sarah, did you give me a hug in Vegas? I keep getting these messages about Vegas. I'm just feeling like I went to a hotel outside the main drag of Vegas, and it was just a beautiful room, and the sunrises were amazing. And they had a big pool and palm trees everywhere and like happy hour at night. And I just think like I would love to just go for like a weekend to just chill. It'd probably be really hot there right now though, right? Damn it. I'm just putting that order in now. We'll see where I end up. Stephanie says, was at the top and felt this, can't be all there is, and jumped. Yes, leap, do it. Hi, Audrey. Joan says, take what resonates with peace and leave the rest. Heart. Hello, Monique. Hello, Karina. Hi, Carly. Hello, hello, hello. The feeling is knowing. Karina says, we are here. We are ready. We have arrived. It is our time. That's right. It's your time. It's your time to express whatever you're drawn to. Not from have to, shoulds, or whatever. No. That's why, yeah. I feel like I keep talking all day. There's a lot coming through. Listen, it's important if you run a business that you create a model that works for you. You do not go into business, especially if you're here for the transformation of this experience, which may be just being who you are. That's it. That's it. You don't have to run a business. But if you are running a business, understanding that finding a model, developing a model, creating something that matches and meets how you move about this world of transformation and change and what you're going through as also a human on this journey, understanding that the way that you peak best with your genius and your flow is so important and so likely outside of the box that no one can tell you other than holding up a space for you to get clear yourself and unhinge from and break down the rules, right? Rules and shoulds and, mirrors of something else that does not work for you. This is where, if you're feeling like you're struggling, it's we got to find what works for you. And so I know there's a lot of people out in the online world that will talk about hustle. And I just have gotten really clear how I want to work and operate that has the biggest impact and is effective while allowing me to live the life the way that I want to be living it. And I'm still working on stuff. I'm still making adjustments and getting clarity on myself and, moving out of the way of my own clutter. But I'd say a really good majority of my life is what I've asked for and what I've wanted, and the way that I do my work is what I wanted. And it's an unconventional way that you might see out in the world or on this online space. But what matters is what comes through you with the way that works best for you. If you love hustle, get it, right? If you know that like your superpower is in presence, like use your superpowers. Let that all work for you. All right, little tangent. Human doing versus human being, yes. Oh, see, this is where my tripod is a little, because it doesn't stay so good. Oh, good, did you guys feel it? Hi, Jason. Karina says, I'm so grateful for the work we are doing, all of the channels that are opening up for me, giving me so much self-confidence, trust, seeing how easy it is can be, feeling safe to do the work, to let go, to release, and learning to just love being me in this body, loving the journey. I am so glad you're here too, Karina. This is like one of those things that I was saying at the beginning of this video was about like everything comes. And I know like when clients come to me, they're ready. And I used to like stress out about it a lot. And I used to like be able to see for clients, I'd be like, oh my God, I could see so many, like what is available for you. But if they are on board, so this was, back in the day, this is how I built my muscle and understood, is recognizing no, I don't want to be working with people who really aren't ready. And yeah, it gets too easy. And so I love working with Karina. So actually, Karina, all right, you already said that we're working together, so I could say this out loud, I think, right? We're working together. Yeah, I think I could say it. If I can't, I don't know why I wouldn't be able to say it. I'm not going to give out any private information. I mean, you essentially just shared how amazing you're doing, and you literally just started 2 days ago. And it's like when you made your choice, the energy started to work for you already, because that's what Zoe and I, Zoe Campbell, check her out, have created in Unhinged, is that we've set up we call it a container, this energetic realm that's intended for transformation and change and compound change, and with ease. It's really so beautiful. So if you're curious about that, it is a 2-week experience, and you have a call with us at the beginning, video chat with Zoe and I, and a session and what comes through for you. And we set intentions before about what it is you want to focus on. And then inside a Facebook, we might change it to a different platform, but you have chat support between the whole 14 days. And at the end, there's another video call to kind of wrap things up. But we work together really well. We are very effective and very quick and very potent. And so the changes can happen fast. And so it's like within that time, we're just helping you to continue to and integrate and be there for you as things, you know, if things open as you're expanding to your next level experiences. So that's called Unhinged. Check out Zoe Campbell. I'll tag her here after. And yeah, if you're interested, send us a message. Oh, so let me go back here. Yay, Karina, I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited. Judy says, thank you so much. Just when I needed to hear this, it appears. Oh, as it always does. Judy, thank you for that. I love it. Carly says, this is very enlightening to hear. It is a good reminder to actually allow myself to change and let go. Thank you. Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad that I just let that come through. Yeah, just allow yourself to change. It's really, you know what, you guys, I'm gonna share a secret. You ready? It is only hard and suffering. You experience suffering when you're resisting, when you're trying to hold on, when you're not allowing the unfoldment of life, when you are hooked into those emotional, you know, patterns and programs. So yeah, allowing. It's good, but not always easy. I wish I could pinpoint my triggers. Carly, check out my YouTube channel. If you search my name, Kellyanne Matuskiewicz, I'm pretty sure there's some videos in there about pinpointing your triggers. Hi, Scott. Hello, Karina. Karina is unhinged. Okay, good. Oh, she's already sharing. Thank you. Oh, before it even started. Oh, and she says, it's crazy good, you guys. These two are energetic mavens. Karina says, I went through some serious surgery. Yeah, really. And it was with ease. And it was like, it was fun. And it was expansive. And yeah. Your field, yeah, feeling like my field is so open now. Open and even like, yeah, it's like the way that I see it is like in this way of like this, you're open, there's nothing in your way, there's nothing infiltrating it. I know surgery does sound too serious. I was almost like, yeah, it's not, it was like you were so chill, like chill. It doesn't have to hurt. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying. It was very playful. It is. And that's one of my superpowers that I've really had to work on allowing is this playful side of me. Laughter alchemy is another superpower where we actually are changing and integrating the energy through laughter that just comes spontaneously. It's not like, okay, we're gonna laughter alchemy now. No, it is like a deep, it's like the transformation changes and, you know, all of the energy work that's happening on a session. And then, yeah, because some of this stuff it could feel like intense. It's almost like, sometimes I refer to it as giving birth. But here's what I'm promising you. It's momentary compared to the years that you're carrying this stuff around. Stop it. Go through the temporary discomfort rather than the long-term suffering. But what happens is this comes up because a lot of the work that I do and even the clients that Zoe and I attract to us are very psychic, sensitive, in tune, magical, powerful. And a lot of their experiences have given them, you know, some of the muscle building experiences have been traumatic. And so, you know, in clearing some of that out, at the end of the process, it's so beautiful when laughter alchemy just instantly ignites in all parties and we're just laughing. And while we're just laughing, these belly laughs, it's like the alchemical process is happening where, yeah, it's like your just system is being upgraded. Yeah, and it's like that, those spaces are no longer emotional triggers anymore. And like Karina said, her field is like wide open, and you know, from that wide open space, you recognize like, wow, the world is my oyster. Everything going on out here is through me. What is it? what is it? What is possible? Yeah. How can I be, what is it that I'm here to express? And that's why I'm saying allow yourself to change, because it'll change. Yeah. Like going through a wormhole and back. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Oh man. So fun. Yeah. And creating inside of black holes and coming back and having the system work for you versus you working for it. Yeah. Oh, I think this is it. I'm going to go enjoy this day. I think I'm going to go with a friend and hang by the pool. Karina said it's wild and fun. Yeah. Stephanie says those belly laugh healings are so good. They really are. I love them. Just like earlier when energy was coming through this to share with you, it was like I got to feel it too. It's so good. Oh, it actually stirs something in when I start thinking about it because it's so beautiful. It really is. So yeah. Love that flip you make. Yeah. So Karina says, love that flip, make the system work for you. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Unhinged, and you're in operation. You're doing it. You've coded the system to work for you. And as things come up, you learn how to code. Yeah. I just like think about if like one, this is such a huge part of what the way that Unhinged is designed is a huge part of the way that I've said I wanted to work and how I wanted to work with people. And it's unlike anything that you see, traditionally out, and it just works differently. And, that was my, taking from my willingness to like really trust my way, because, I'm not the hustle coach, healer, online business person. I kind of like how we've got this like underground, secret, amazing, transformational discotheque vortex that has a magical waiting room that as soon as people put their, choice into the hat, they start transforming. And Zoe and I we met probably about a year ago, and we were coming undone and unhinged, and she was definitely a big piece in me getting to where I am right now. And how unhinged. So what we would do is we would be on these chats, just kind of musing back and forth together. And, she learning from me learning from her, like she understanding some of like my inner systems and, that I couldn't see for myself, and the activations, so she was activated some of my psi powers, and so then I started to do activations with other people, and it's like, we kept musing and we kept opening things and we kept understanding more and more about what we see happening with some of the, brilliant, sensitive, conscious artists, out in the world. And, knowing that our work together with them is going to have a ripple effect out into the world. But that is like right now in early 2020, last year, when we were just kind of musing, we were just musing back and forth and doing all the things, and then doing like collective healing work and shifts and energy work. And it was like, I don't even know when Unhinged was birthed. I have to go back and look now that I think about it, because it just came together so whew. Because Unhinged is an energy itself. It is an energy that comes in the form of Zoe and I being channels for it, that this energy has come together for transformation. And we just had to show up for it. There was no business like meetings and plans, and it was just like, oh, this is coming through. Oh, this is coming through. This is the way it wants to look. And it told us more about what it wanted to be than us, right? The traditional business way of creating a model, right? Little sci-fi. Here I am. Oh boy. Well, but here's the thing, is that it's doing what it's designed to do, which is to, bring people's fields bigger and wider and clearer, and they're tapped into their psi powers, their psychic abilities, their superpowers. They're activated in what is within them, and they're having a ripple effect just by being who they are and showing up as being an example of what living your fullest expression could be. This was such a fun video. I really loved what came through, and I look forward to watching it back and listening to some of the stuff that I just allowed to come through and feeling that energy. And if you've gotten this far, thank you for sticking with me. And if this far in the replay, say hi, post your question. Thanks so much. Please share if you're called to, and enjoy this day. Go make some big magic.